Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing and comparing the ACER XB271HU versus the ASUS PG279Q. Both of these are 27-inch IPS monitors with up to 165 Hz refresh rate, 4 milliseconds response time, and they both have the G-Sync technology which helps eliminate screen tearing while you're gaming. The resolution on both of these monitors is 2560 x 1440, so it's geared more towards 2K gaming. I bought the Acer on sale for $679, and I bought the Asus on sale for $699. And they both usually retail for $799, so it was a pretty sweet deal. Also guys, I've reviewed both of these monitors individually, so if you wanted to take a closer look, please check out my channel. But other than that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about the physical design because I do think that is a factor when you're trying to decide which one of these monitors to pick. For the ACER XB271HU, on the bottom you have two chrome metal legs, kind of red orangish color. It looks really cool, kind of gamerish looking. And then right there in the middle you have your Predator logo, and the screen is also frameless bezel. And what I mean by that is if you compare it to the Asus, you can see that the Asus has a little bit more bezel in comparison to the Acer. And as far as the Asus goes, the Asus has a flat square surface on the bottom stand with RGB lighting effects that lights up as kind of reddish. You can't change the color, but still it's really cool feature to have. And there you see the Asus symbol in the middle. And it has a little bit of bezel, but not that much. So now I'm going to talk about the display menu buttons. On the Acer you have 6 buttons in front, and the one all the way to the right is your power off and on button, and then the ones to the left is how you navigate through the menu. When you press it, you have a few options here, and then when you go into the menu, this is where you can calibrate your monitor, and pick different settings. And then over here, this is where you overclock your monitor, and this shows the status of the monitor. I'm not honestly a huge fan of the menu buttons here because sometimes it can become a little frustrating, and you just have to kind of get used to it. But it's not a huge deal, but just something to take note of. So as far as the Asus goes, on the back you see a red joystick. That's where you actually click it to navigate through the menu, and the buttons below that are, for example, power off and on. But when you press the button, you have all these different options, and this is where you actually overclock your monitor. And there you have different settings you can choose and so forth. The red joystick makes it super easy and very, very nice to navigate through the menu, and I really like that. Okay guys, so now I'm going to talk about the backlight bleeding. I just want to say that a camera can only show so much, and it might not be the best representation, but I'm going to do my best to explain exactly what I'm seeing, and hopefully that helps you guys out. So first, for the Acer, there's a little bit of backlight bleeding on the bottom, middle part of the screen. And then also on the bottom left corner, there's a little bit of backlight bleeding as well. And the rest of the screen is pretty much all black. Now for the Asus, the middle of the screen is pretty much all black. But all 4 corners basically have a little bit of backlight bleeding, especially on the top right hand corner. It looks like the product wasn't finished properly, and there's a little bit of light kind of leaking in. And it sucks because you pay such a high price, and you would want to get something of a high quality and not have this issue. But it's okay because you can always take it back and swap it out for another one. But I really hope this part of the video gives you guys an idea about the backlight bleeding, and let's go on to the next part. Okay, so now I'm going to share my overall thoughts and opinions. Really quick, couple of quick notes. Both of these monitors do have speakers, but honestly they're not that great. As far as how wobbly they are on the desk, they're not that wobbly, so that's not a huge concern. And lastly, in order to achieve up to 165 Hz refresh rate, you're going to want to make sure to use a DisplayPort cable. Okay, so as far as performance goes, both of these are absolutely phenomenal. I gamed on both of these, and they both performed exactly the same. And honestly, if you're coming from a 60 Hz monitor to 165 Hz, you're going to notice a huge difference. Especially you're getting the G-Sync technology, which helps eliminate screen tearing while you're gaming. It just provides such a smooth gameplay and honestly overall incredible gaming experience. One other thing is, as far as if you're going to notice a difference between 144 hertz to 165 hertz, I would say not really, because it's not enough to notice. But from 60 to 165 hertz, oh yeah, there's going to be a huge difference. One thing that I really like about both of these monitors is the fact that they're both IPS monitors. Because with IPS, you're going to get great color accuracy when viewed from different angles, and colors are going to stay very consistent. And also the overall color reproduction looks absolutely fantastic. Now, in return, you are getting 4 milliseconds response time, but unless you're a super serious gamer and doing competitions and so forth, then I would say it's not a huge deal, and in return, IPS is very worth it. Now, when I turned both of these on to the max brightness, the ASUS was a little bit more brighter. Now, if you're trying to decide which one of these to get, I would say that it comes down to the physical design, because both of these perform exactly the same, and I would say both of these monitors are pretty much equal. I wouldn't say one is better than the other one. I think that's why it comes down, to the deciding which one of the designs do you like. I personally like the ASUS more of the design of the ASUS more, because it has the RGB lighting effect, and I think that's really cool. And also with the flat square surface, I could put like my phone or something on top of it. So, once you know which design you like, then I think you have your answer there. Now, as far as the quality control issues, I think that there's a lot of feedback and reviews out there, but based on everything that I've read and the feedback that I've gained, this is basically what I've gathered. As you saw earlier in the video, the Acer did not have much backlight bleeding, whereas the ASUS had a little bit more backlight bleeding. There has been a little bit more feedback of people people saying that basically they've had quality control issues with the ASUS, and their monitors have backlight bleeding and so forth. I do want to say that it all just really varies, because you could go in the store and buy both of these monitors, and your situation might be different. For example, your Acer might have much more backlight bleeding than your ASUS. So in that aspect, I just feel like it just all varies. But I guess the best way to say it is that the ASUS might have a little bit more of a chance to have backlight bleeding compared to the Acer. But I don't want to put too much pressure on the ASUS, because you can go in the store and buy the Acer and it might have just as much as backlight bleeding. So it all honestly varies. I would say the best thing to do is buy these in store, so then that way once you get it, you test it for backlight bleeding and dead pixels and so forth. And if you have issues, you can just return it to the store and swap it out for another one. But I really hope that this review was very helpful and points you guys in the right direction. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments, and also if you've had these monitors before, or if you've heard and have experiences, please let me know and share your experiences. But overall, I think both of these monitors are absolutely amazing. You can't go wrong with either one of them. They're amazing 2K gaming monitors. But again, thank you so much for watching, guys, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. And until then, I'll see you guys soon. Take care.